That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. In today's live stream presentation, I will be showing you the real alpha that nobody is talking about when it comes to the CAT20 and CAT token, Fractal Bitcoin, and all of that fun stuff. Yeah, this is the real alpha, and I think it's like underneath people's noses here, staring you right in the face. So I decided to go live to let you know. I'm going to invite you into my brain and let you know how I think, and you tell me if this makes any sense to you. So we got a lot to talk about right here, right now. Francis Dune, Uncensored. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming back at you once again from the Smart Money channel. The people who do have tomorrow's newspapers today, the people who first told you about CAT tokens, the person who first showed you that this was going to be the meta. CAT tokens would be a thing, Fractal Bitcoin would be a thing. And I'm sitting here in front of you to tell you about the next thing. Okay? Something that you need to consider and understand how powerful this CAT20 protocol truly is. Because I don't think a lot of people understand this. And I feel as though when this presentation is done, many of you will have your aha moment. It's much bigger than I anticipated. Okay? I believe so because I know you guys are smart people. For number one, you're already sitting down in front of your phone or laptop watching at the right guy. Right? As I said before, remember the people who first showed you CAT20, the people who first told you Fractal Bitcoin was going to be a thing. Because you're going to see a lot of other schmucks rush here to pretend to be gurus just to extract. So just remember the person who is standing on that stranded island, okay, deserted island, telling every plane that was flew by you're going to the wrong destination. Fractal Bitcoin is where you need to stop off at next. And right now you're seeing a bunch of other mofos telling you that, and you guys are getting caught up with the wrong crowd. But hey, we live, we learn, and there's trials and tribulations, and you guys will just have to learn. Either way, all right, as people are coming in, guys, we're getting to some real alpha. We're going to be talking about all of the different things that took place, okay? Major announcements. Why? Because when you could actually connect the dots to these announcements, to the activity, right, what's happening in the markets, and what people are looking at through some research, I'm telling you, you'll know where to put your foot next for the next step, okay? Quick reminder, you could go on over to Twitter and do something like this where you press this and that should bring you to this chat over here. And also in YouTube we got some people there. GM Axie, my man, thank you for joining. Okay, let me just go to YouTube and tell everybody what's up. What's up, guys? We got a nice crowd here on YouTube already. Thank you for representing. We got a really good show for you guys because in order to become a trendsetter, you have to know what's going to happen next. You have to constantly be battling with the market and trying to decipher it and living with your decisions to see what's going to happen next. So that's probably what I'm going to be showing you guys here. But let me lead you to that point, okay, guys? If you don't mind. All right, so I woke up this morning, and this is when you know things are getting bullish, all right, guys? When you wake up, you probably have like 3 hours of sleep like me. Well, I'm building here too, so I got a lot more going on than the average person in the space because what am I doing? Well, I am one of the two co-founders of Satspump Fun. We're going to bring some real interactive, engaging content and opportunities to people where they're going to be minting in a 2.0 sort of like phase, right? We went from layer 1 minting and now we go to marketplaces, and even right now with BRC's fractals, which we're going to get to one in particular called Gizzy, we're seeing that, but we don't want marketplaces anymore. We want LPs. But what's the problem with LPs? Well, it also could present side effects like bad actors pulling the rugs. That's where Satspump Fund comes in to ensure that we mitigate that risk for you. So I got a lot of that going on in my head, talking to developers, my devs, and my team as well, cooking that. Then, of course, I got to be up to date with what's happening with everything, Fractal Bitcoin, CAT20, CAT, etc., etc. So I'm doing that. And then just watching my overall portfolio. So there's a lot going on here. This is what I mean by when I say I'm only getting 3 hours of sleep, waking up, going to my phone, checking Telegram, and this is what I saw in my chat, and I did some basic research before I put it out there. It was about 73% minted, something like that, and yes, China's talking about it, right, like at least Chinese people, and a bunch of other cats on Twitter. So when I say these things, guys, this is a bull signal, okay? Forget my long gray hair. Forget that I don't care to get a haircut right now or fix this, which I'll do that shortly for you. I promise you I would. I would look a lot more presentable, but I'm hustling right now and I'm researching. Give me a second. Nothing else matters other than that. But whenever you hear somebody say, mint now, research later, damn, I miss those days, that's when you know we got some bullshit going on. And the particular ticker inquiry is right here, FBull. As a matter of fact, it appears to be, let me give it a refresh. It appears to have a little some left, okay? About 2.5% give or take, all right? And when we open that up a little bit more, what we see here is the ticker, obviously the supply, minted, how much is minted, no pre-mine, so that's always a good thing, and the holders are very nice, okay? So 15,000. If you guys recall, remember I was telling you, I said, hey, look, the meta for me at least, right, maybe I got this wrong, I don't know, it's going to be the CAT20. And you need to do your research on Twitter and whatever other resources are out there to see if there's any particular project that's going to attach their name to a CAT20 token. And I feel as though you guys are hustling out there because I'm waking up to things like mint FBull, mint, oh yeah, you know, they put it out on the Twitter. So you guys are doing the right things. This is what you do from the grassroots level. And, you know, I sent out another tweet. It went along the lines like this. Urgent, right? So I made a quick video showing you guys what was up. And you can head on over to DotSwap's minting tool, which is just working smoothly right now, like just like butter. It really is, right? So I do applaud the team over there. Now, this right here appears to be, well, it is, you know, Fractal. Again, as I said right here, mint now, research later. Still didn't get time to research into what they're doing exactly, but they did put this out there. The limit was 20. That is the correct one that DotSwap has. And again, maybe you guys did your research. I didn't get much time to do it, but Fractal, sorry, that is for their Telegram, whatever, okay? So these are the type of things you're looking at. And I want to make this clear. Just because they put this out here, and okay, yes, it's coming from at least that account, anybody can make an account called Fractal Bear, Fractal Bull, Fractal Cat, and say, come mint this. Does that legitimize it? Probably doesn't legitimize it from their intention, but it legitimizes it from, it's coming from this exact entity, okay? Now, hopefully they make something of that. Maybe there's some meta, some alpha, you know, that I don't have at my disposal when it comes to this particular project. But again, I did not look into them, you know. And by the way, if I get wrecked, I'll just blame you guys, right? What lovely thing. What an advantage. Finally, the influencer gets to blame the community for getting him wrecked, right? I've done this before, too, but I never call you guys out on that when you get me wrecked. But nonetheless, I do think it's has some potential there, okay? And this is another cool resource, guys. And you know what? I'm just going to pull up the page and hide me. This is another cool resource. You could head on over to fractalecosystem.io and just see the various different projects here. Do they have a token? Do they? Well, they do. They actually gave me about 77x with runes. BAMP, that is a quality project of that, right? Look at all this stuff. Well, Bull Network, I know them. I actually had breakfast with them in Hong Kong. We had some dim sum. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just take your time and scour down this list there. Do your research, you know, on Twitter or whatever you use to see if these guys got anything meaningful happening in terms of a token, whether that's CAT20 or whether that is BRC20, okay? That's what I'll recommend you guys doing. And, of course, Satspam Fun is there. The S-Script guys are there, too, and a bunch of others as well. Oh, there's Hawk. What's up, Hawk? The Hawk Fractal. I didn't know you had something going on, brother. I wouldn't mind speaking of this more often. Didn't know you had anything going on there. I've been mentioning guys like, you know, the Fractal Goose. I've been mentioning Doma Ducks. I didn't know Hawk had something. He's a hardcore as well. So you might want to pay attention to see what the Hawk... I'm pretty sure this is the same guy. It has to be. He has the same PFP and his name is Hawk. So big shout out to Hawk. He's presenting and providing a lot of value for people. Now, I did mention BRC20 tokens, right, on Fractal, which the ones that I was bullish on, you know, so there's one that I missed out, and I'm pretty salty about it, to be honest. Not because it's having a nice pop, but I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Again, not too much research on who's behind it exactly, but I know it is from a known person. I believe it is Block, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, if you know the person behind this, but I think it is them guys over at Gosselin. Oh, fucking hell. I'm not even going to say it. Fractal Goose. I think so. I don't know. But nonetheless, it's being adopted and a lot of holders, which is always great. You know, Shizzy's, is it Shizzy's? Am I shilling Shizzy's coin? Glizzy, Shizzy. His head's dizzy. You know, he got that sticky, icky. I don't know. Anyways, so there we go. How many? Yeah, so the holders, I've already went over that. And right here, Fractal Gizzy is their account. I started to follow them. Yeah, I seen this meme with Shizzy having like a hot dog in his mouth. They don't look too PG-13, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So this is it here. Gizzy, check them out. See what they got cooking. And right here, you got that Gizzy again. Trading up. Let me see if I can find a better frame for y'all. Like that, right? So right there, Gizzy up, and this is on the secondary, right? 166%. And this is where it goes to when you know the person behind the project, you know their mean business, you know they ain't gonna do nothing stupid, right? And this is a direct reflection of exactly that. Okay, people trust this and they're coming in to buy. But once again, always do your own research and see what's going to become of the token, etc., etc. And if you see value, like most people do, then go for it. But just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean you have to do it. I want to make that clear. But that is something I'm willing to cover here. Okay. So I've also sent out this tweet here too. Yeah, I'm getting salty. Okay. So what? I'm allowed to. Damn, with all that Fractal Bitcoin Alpha, I've been dropping on you guys. Not a single one of you dropped the Gizzy BRC20 Alpha on me. And then I put my little devil face. All right. I see how it is moving forward. Every man for themselves, is it? Yes, I will admit, I'm a bit salty, okay? I put on my little devil face. Don't worry. You know when I get the alpha, how I drop it on you guys, but I think I'm gonna have to reserve some first. Cause I see how you guys are going. Alright, you guys are moving like every man paddle their own canoe. Come on, don't leave your boy hanging over here. And we're getting to something bigger than this. Got a nice crowd here. Thank you for joining. Let me see what's up. Thank you guys for joining. Awesome. Any questions? Let me know. People are loving it. This is what I would say, guys. This is what I want to say. We haven't felt so harmonious in a collective group, okay, since BRC20 tokens. We are this harmonious collective group that's unified for the first time ever since BRC20 tokens. Yeah? That's how it feels right now. Like, when I'm waking up and I'm seeing mofos tell me shit like, yo, bro, you gotta mint this, bro, you gotta mint it. Oh, just don't worry, don't research it. Bro, we're minting. I don't think I've ever seen that, like, ever been mentioned within the last 6 months, other than April 20th, which was like one of the worst days ever for freaking tokens on Bitcoin. April 20th of 2024. That's where people got liquidated. It was almost similar to like you fucking going leverage trading on Bitcoin, and then you got liquidated. That's what happened to you guys, all right? Now, if we turn the page back to the beginning on how it all started, it was very organic. The way we're seeing this right now take place, things slowly being built out. And again, I haven't felt like this very unified with everybody since BRCs. You guys let me know. Am I tripping? If I'm tripping, let me know, please, because you can put me in check. It's all good, but that's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things I cannot see. Remember that song? Okay. As I just said, for the people who are now joining, we have this harmonious, unified, collective feeling together right now. And the last time we experienced that was the early days of 2023 when BRC20s went live. And why? Because it's almost like it's like we all smell that gains coming. It's coming from miles away, but it's coming closer and closer and closer and closer. We smell it. And there's no better way to unify a group of people better than banking coin. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be banking some coin, all right, with CAT. Okay? I'm going to send this on record right now. CAT, $CAT, the ticker, CAT20, is going to be the first 1 in 100x token on Fractal, on freaking CAT20, OpCat, whatever you want to call it. That's going to be the first one. Okay? And that's without the highly anticipated, functionality that I'm going to share with you guys near the end of this stream. Cool. What do we got in the live chat before I move on with the presentation? I'll come check you guys. Oh, Maz, come on, brother. I appreciate the super chats, man, but please, brother, you could save your money. I know you go ham. I really appreciate it. I mean it. But please, brother, it's okay. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, I always mention you because I learn a lot from you. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. We also have Nikolai says, yo. We got Seamanson says, what's cracking? Cool. You guys are just enjoying the show. Let the alpha move on and on and on. So, where was I? Right. Okay. So, let's look at this. So, a lot of you guys have been showing me this. I think it's like saying $1.15 right now. I would say this, okay? So, apparently, people are depositing over here, and from what I don't want to FUD anybody. I really don't, because maybe they're not that bad. A couple people that I personally know say, hey, don't trust these guys. All they try to do is, just jump on the next hype, extract value, and boogie. That's what I heard. And I don't want to beat anybody down if that's not factual, but I'm just sharing with you guys what I've been hearing from people who, I value in this space. That's what they've been saying. A couple other known influencers on Twitter said the same thing. And when you really look at it, and we're talking about these guys over here, they did make an announcement saying that how they'll be doing something on block 21,000, which was announced before the CAT20 protocol was public and, that account went live and said it, right? Which tells me they pivoted quickly to this because they thought the 21,000, block 21,000 was the hype. Then all of a sudden CAT20 took the hype and then they pivoted to that. So I could see where these people are coming. It looks a little bit suspect in terms of your true intention. You definitely look like if you're trying to capture hype, and when that happens, you're not trying to provide value, you're trying to extract mainly, okay? But nonetheless, I want to update you guys, okay? This is those people at BitVM or some shit like that, yeah? Be very careful. Also, people are telling us in our chat that they're depositing, but they can't withdraw. Are they legit? I really can't tell you for certain, but from what I hear from others, they're saying be very careful of them. That's all. And it's not really working properly too, this thing. So this is why I tell y'all we need to have some patience, exercise that, and wait for the likes of .swap to come, right? They've already proved to us that they could do a swap from FB to Bitcoin, and they also proved to us that, do I have that one open? That they are capable of making this really quick, and they're supporting Fractal Bull. So if you still want to get Fractal Bull, you got about a 1.5% left. That's still probably about 40 minutes or, well, maybe 30 minutes. Come on over to here, which is tools.mempool.com, and you do your thing. Now we get into the alpha of me looking forward and not behind and not right in front of me. I'm always looking forward. So what am I talking about? Well, before I do that, let me sip this. What I've learned from these individuals here, though, is very enlightening. Okay, guys? Pay attention to what I'm about to say. Because this is the alpha, this is crazy alpha, and I think it's first of its kind ever. And if you own CAT, or if you're interested in the CAT20 standard, this is a direct message to you, okay? So, this right here, this right here, guys, okay, what they use is a Bitcoin compatible chain, okay? So I think it's like Naka something. And any other Bitcoin compatible chain or even Bitcoin mainnet is what I'm getting to here. This is why they're able to have CAT20 traded here. Do you guys understand the power of that? I don't think you guys understand the power of that. This is the first time ever for the beautiful viewers who are here that we have the potential to have an interoperable community. Sounds fucking woo-woo, I know, but it dawned on me as I was taking a shower this morning, getting ready for today. Okay, sorry for the visual. But this is the first time ever you could have the same exact token on multiple networks that represents the same community, because it's not a wrapped version here. Okay, when you come on over here to these guys, right, on the Naka chain, I guess it's for Nakamoto, which is a Bitcoin compatible chain, that's the same exact CAT20 token, guys. Okay, that you fucking minted or bought or whatever. It's not a wrapped version, so it's the same community. This literally has the potential. Imagine if you could have a native, let me see, Shibu Inu, native, right? On native on that blockchain, right? On Ethereum, and then the native on another blockchain that's popular like Solana, on another blockchain. Right now we're divided and segregated. But since now with OpCat enabled on this Naka chain, OpCat enabled on Fractal, right? And then watch this, OpCat enabled on Bells, which they're talking about right here. You guys remember Bells coin? That is a Bitcoin compatible chain, right? You could have a bunch of communities from separate networks that belong to a compatible Bitcoin chain that's all invested into the same coin. So now you got a large community. Obviously, you know, we're also going to benefit from the popularity boost that's going to happen with CAT20. It's inevitable. It's going to run like wildfire. So now we're talking about Bells. Bells is also a Bitcoin compatible chain. And, you know, right here, OpCat enablement. We know they're flirting with this stuff, right? OpCat, ZK Snark, and obviously Taproot. See, release the OpCat testnet. OpCat. So now what we could see, ladies and gentlemen, who owns CAT? Bellscoin has a really nice community too. If they turn on OpCat, what's going to be the go-to? We literally could have CAT over there as probably the highest traded token on Bells at some point. Maybe on that Naka chain. So we're almost like one big family where this one token could reside in its native form. That is freaking powerful, guys. That is mad powerful. I don't know. Does that already exist? I don't think so. I think what's out there is wrapped versions. This is wild. Do you feel me? So now the community could grow exponentially compared to just being segregated to one network like Shiba Inu is and, you know, all these other chains, Dodge and what have you. This is crazy. And that's the real alpha. So now I want you to take a sit back on your chair and let that digest. And what other thoughts comes to mind? Let's all try to use our brain here. Okay? So let's sit back and relax and let's think about that. So CAT20 tokens, including CAT, can exist natively without any wrap on Bitcoin compatible chains like Bells coin and this Naka stuff. That could grow a huge community exponentially that's not limited to one network. That also brings what? Oh my God, I just used my brain. You know what my brain just told me? That also means volume could go up immensely too. Because now you got it on other networks, other dexes simultaneously trading it. Bro, this is wild. Crazy. Okay, what else I got for y'all? I'll get there shortly. Got a nice crowd, guys. Let me tell y'all. You guys, seriously, if you minted CAT, pat yourself on the back. You did a really good job. You did a good job. Wait till the rest of the crypto world finds out about what's going to happen. Or even just the Bitcoin eco. Even just the Bitcoin eco. Check this out. Let me get to the next alpha now. Do you guys, was that alpha telling you that how it can exist on other networks, which then brings it a larger community, more wallet holders, more trading volume, more price pump? Does that make sense? Please let me know if I'm just tripping out, but that's my analysis. That's my assessment over there. Let me head on over to Twitter, see what people are saying. Yo, what's up, Crypto? Thank you for joining. What's up, Yadag? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do. Please, man, keep on helping us. I try, but nobody seems to want to help me. Nobody seems to want to help me. You guys minted Gizzy without me. Is there FBO listing on CAT? As I said, like, it's not working properly and people's funds are being stuck in there. I wouldn't use them. I just wouldn't. I don't want to see you go into that same, predicament. I would just say, let's wait for .swap to come to market. Hold on, hold on. Oh, you're talking about me. Hold on, I just used my brain. Yeah, and my brain gave me another idea with volume. Okay, now let's get to the real meta. This is going to, honestly, what I'm about to share with you guys right now is the ultimate meta, ultimate alpha, and it's going to make other tokens on layer 1 like cry. It's going to make them very frightened. It is. But this is what I want you guys to understand. The beautiful thing about Fractal Bitcoin is not for have your bags frightened, whether you hold BRC20s on layer 1, whether you hold runes on layer 1. It's to proliferate all of you guys on layer 1. First of all, as we know, you could bridge over there soon, right? And also runes that'll be activated where you could bridge over there too. So they're not trying to lock you out, all right, from the system. They're telling you, come on over, man. Come on over to the new playground called Fractal Bitcoin, which is going to be the Solana for people on Bitcoin. That's just what it's going to be. Come on over. We'll invite your layer 1 assets too. But furthermore, you might start to get a little bit frightened here for everybody on layer 1. Let me tell you. Okay, let's move on. Here's the alpha. Bitcoin's OpCat proposal could transform the Bitcoin blockchain. Okay, the launch of Ruins of Bitcoin and the emergence of OpCat could redefine the blockchain's ecosystem as early as 2026. Yeah, so this came out this was very recent, sometime this year, May of 2026 right there. We've never had these types of discussions ever about OpCat. Bruh, listen, when OpCat goes live, I tell you right now, Ruins is fucking dead. I'm just saying, like, if it's not dead already, if it got some life in it, it's going to be dead. And I'm not trying to attack your bags. I'm just trying to tell you what's going to happen, right? Like I told you what was going to happen before. You didn't want to listen and you got fucked. Like I was telling you what's going to happen here with Fractal Bitcoin. You listen, you got some cat. You didn't listen, you missed out. And now you're going to phone one, buy people's bags at least 10x the price. I'm just a realist. You don't have to like me, but just listen because what I say is factual, okay? So now we have talks of OpCat, but why would we care? Okay, let's move on. OpCat's proposal to bring smart contracts to Bitcoin finally gets a BIP number, April 24th. This marks the first step towards reintroducing functionality removed from Bitcoin by creator Satoshi Nakamoto. And once again, many people don't know this, but OpCat's not a new addition to Bitcoin's capabilities. Okay, this was something that was created by the top G himself, Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay, so let's carry on to the next slide. Once again, these talks about very recent in July. Bitcoin Network's OpCat upgrade fuels developer innovation. CEO Bob Bodley, big shout out to Bob Bodley, man, talks about ordinals and the need for governance on the Bitcoin network at Bitcoin 2024. Big shout out to Bob Bodley. You guys should know who he is if you've been doing research on Twitter. So why am I bringing up all of these things? It's very simple. Because whenever, if ever, OpCat is enabled on Bitcoin Layer 1, the CAT20 protocol will be able to be bridged down there in a trustless way without having the need to wrap it. So it's in its purest form from Fractal Bitcoin to down there, which then now means it is going to be interoperable in its native form on Layer 1, which potentially could give it the first OpCat token to go live on Bitcoin. All you gotta do is bridge it over. Whenever that happens. If it ever happens. But if it does, we know we're safe in the knowledge we got that insurance policy in our back pocket. See what I'm saying? Now, when will that happen is the question. I really don't fucking know. I don't even know if it ever would happen. But what I do know is there's haven't been any more pressure than ever before to enable OpCat on Bitcoin Layer 1. And it wasn't because of Ruins. It was well before Ruins. With all the other standards that we saw, Ruins was just another standard that we saw out of like fucking 30. Okay? So it was really because of the first standard, BRCs. Nothing really fixed anything. Okay? So let's not say Ruins. It doesn't really matter which standard it was. But if we go back to the original one, we saw this firsthand. So now, what do I say about Layer 1 right now? It will be a market there for sure. For SlowFi, big shout out to the OpNet guys who seems to be doing their thing. Chad Master, Danny, Plainview, big shout out to them. But I'll say this, and others out there, Tap as well. Big shout out to Tap. I think they mean well. But I would say this, there will be a market on both places, on the side chain of Fractal and also on Layer 1. If you want that high volume, high frequency shit like we all love, DeFi applications, large scalability and all these things, cheap fees, Fractal's your place. If you like this like art stuff, Layer 1's your place. If you like the rare stats stuff, which I actually like rare stats, that's your place. But if you're talking about like liquidity pools there that will be available, you know, with OpCat, it's going to be half-baked because programmability is not the only thing you need, although it helps immensely. You need some damn fast blocks. You need some damn cheap fees, brother. It's going to start to get congested and people are just going to say, forget this, because the user experience is not going to be good. But again, if you're not talking about DeFi applications, if you're not talking about liquidity pools, if you're not talking about high-frequency trades, and you're only talking about these sort of like, how do I say it? These artifacts on Bitcoin, right? Well, then Layer 1 might be just for you. But let me tell you, there's already an OpCat token called CAT that's from the CAT20 standard that's waiting for that day to come. And let me tell you, it looks like it's going to be the first. And if you own bags of this, let me tell you, I salute you, because you are indeed a trendsetter and a motherfucking hustler. And that's all I got for y'all. So, with that alpha out the way, guys, we're going to make it short and sweet to the point, right at the half-an-hour mark. What can I say? That is the real alpha. Like, one can imagine that there's a use case coming out too. Remember, this is not just utility, bro. This is advanced functionality, okay? So maybe Ordinal's wallet's going to make a utility, like they said to us in the tweet 3 days ago, right? So we got that pumped to wait. We got the interoperable community feature that nothing else really has over here. Then we got, if ever, OpCat's enabled on mainnet layer 1 Bitcoin. Guess what? That's going to have another pop, because it adds mad functionality, and it could be the first one to be on Bitcoin mainnet layer 1, brah. We're waiting. As I'm going to tell y'all, we don't wait for the bull run to happen. What do? We create our own bull run. So you know what? There ain't really much left to say other than, until the next video, your ass is on your own, bro. Later.